Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Microphone check, microphone checker.
We
One,
are
two, check.
here.
What's going on, sis?
Everything is everything, you know. A lot of stuff, a lot of shit going on this week, whatever. But well, you know, it's always good because it's Wednesday. 8 o'clock came before I knew it. Apologies.
Tell me about it.
So, how's life? How's the week been? How's the family and friends?
You know, I'm thankful for good health and stuff for me and my family. Um, just kind of going through a couple of things, but in the bigger scheme of things, life is good, sis.
Good, good. We can't complain. We can't complain, and there's no need to complain.
That's right.
Because who the fuck listening?
Nobody want to hear that shit.
Right. So we got a lot to talk about today.
It's a melanated mix, right?
Melanated mix. Couldn't think of it. I know we was melanated chatting, and I felt like the melanated chat. This is really what it's about, the melanated mix, because we talking about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, everything is we concerned about as melanated women, melanated people. So, it's all good. It's all good. Better late than never. Dr. Molu's in the house. Better late than never. Better late than never.
Players and champs, what's up? What's up,
Molu?
How y'all doing? It's all good in the hood. Hanging in there.
Same old.
Right.
Ain't nothing going on.
Nothing but the rent, right?
Nothing going on but the rent. You gotta have a J-O-B.
No romance without finance.
She was saying something. Look, dudes in the club just dancing to it. I don't think they was listening to what she was saying.
Exactly. They throw their hands up like, yeah.
Pretty girl.
I like the way she started off. She said, "Boy, nothing in life is free." That's why I'm asking you. Can you?
There you go.
Oh shit, we karaokeing tonight.
Right.
That's what I feel like. We should just did karaoke. Ooh. So, I'm like Carrie. I was a little discombobulated getting in here at 8 o'clock. And yeah, we might have to do some pre-records, you know, once a month or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I try to pride myself on punctuality and preparedness and stuff, but it don't be like that every Wednesday for me. You know what I'm saying? After I done worked all day and dealt with white folks shit and stuff around the house, and because that's a whole nother job too, right?
For real.
Yeah, it's like I don't give myself a chance to decompress before I jump on here and chat with y'all and chat with the people. So, but I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah. What's been good with you today, Monica? Oh, I know she is student loan debt free. That's worth a party. That's worth a party.
That's so huge, man. Do you know how huge that is?
Yes, you get the slow 80s clap from me.
Yep.
My credit report is like, wow. My credit report is so excited. I pulled it up.
Yes.
What's up?
So we know who to go to when we need a loan.
Right, we said, let me hold some. Let me hold us some.
I'm happy for you, Monica.
Shout out to Sleepy Joe in the DC area.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. That's my new. Yeah, what the
Vote. Go ahead and vote.
They would want to. Okay.
You too can get your student loans paid.
They would want to.
by switching to Geico.
Yes, you too, by switching to Joe.
Sure, look, he saved me $3,500 a month. How about that?
And that's not a joke.
Not a joke.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm so grateful.
What was your reaction? What was your reaction initially when you saw that?
So listen, I went to the post office box. I'm gonna make my story short because Sonia put you on mute. But I went to the post office box, was doing my errands or whatever, and I got the stuff out. I was like, T-Mobile, okay. And junk mail, okay. And Texas Trust, credit union, getting your statement, okay. So now that I was like, they had already sent me a bill saying, you owe me, right?
Right.
This is what the monthly payment's gonna be. I was like, I ain't paying it. So anyway, I was like, it's more than my mortgage. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these deadbeat people that have gotten a degree. I give back to my community. I help the kids, blah, 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 right? I ain't doing it. So I was like, okay. Well, I knew they had deferred it, right? So I didn't open the letter. So something say, dummy, open the letter while I was driving down the street. I opened the letter and saw, congratulations, your student loans have been paid in full. And I started screaming and I had to pull over like twice. I could not freaking believe it. I was like, I'm going to hold this till I get to the house because if I call Jay, I'm not going to be able to drive again. Right. So I get to the house and I was like, read that. He had to put on his old people specs. He looked down. He was like, what? What? He said, you done got $500,000 debt free in 48 hours. I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm grateful though. I'm telling you, I'm so grateful because that was bothering me, man.
I can only imagine. Yeah,
that's a big deal. That's a big ass deal.
Yeah, it was huge.
Well, as Joe would say, that's a big fucking deal.
Yeah. And as Joe would say, the student loan debt is malarkey, okay? Right, that's how I felt. I was like, I just feel like, so if you're not informed, you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Like, say, for instance, my husband, they're Mayham Indian. His family is the only family out of his dad's siblings that did not have kids that got a full scholarship free because they're Native American. You know what I'm saying? I never tapped into it. I know we have some. I never tapped into it to try to go get my tribal information rights and all of that. So if you don't know, you don't know, right? But I mean, you try to go do the right thing. What did they tell us to do? Go get an education, go get a good job, save your money. So we try to do those things, right? And now we know about investing, which we had talked about earlier, in the last segment. So you do what you're supposed to do. But African Americans or people of color, brown, black, whatever, we're the most that are in student loan debt. We don't understand that you send one to school to go be the doctor, the lawyer, or whatever, and he has to or she has to reach back, help the other one become student loan debt free. You know what I mean? So it's just a vicious cycle, and we really have to use these platforms to get people to understand how important it is to give back. Each one reach one, each one teach one. So that's what we're really here to do. But I'm grateful that I was in that percentile that got them paid off, and it was huge, y'all. I'm telling you, it was huge.
I wonder what is like the total number to date of debt that they have eliminated. Has anybody looked at that?
I'll let you know next Wednesday.
Okay.
And what is the total debt and what have they eliminated?
It's got to be trillions of dollars.
Oh, well, I know the debt is trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. They're like, oh, we don't have the money to do that. We don't have the money to sit on the debt either. We don't. We don't have the money we don't have it to sit on the debt. So it's best to get rid of it.
No, we don't have $1 trillion to spend. We don't really have. If you would have said it was $1 billion debt, then it would have been wiped away a long time ago. Okay, but you said $1 trillion. I mean, you can't just pay people that went to college. I mean, what is that? I mean, I went to a $2,000 college, and John Jr. went to a $100,000 college, but I graduated. He didn't. Then why? What? How is that fair? I mean, so it's not like we can just go to college. We're gonna pay your debt. So I mean, if you're gonna say that we can go to college for free. But nah, some people been paying their student loans, and what I mean, just because that's what they do, because that's what they're supposed to do. I mean, what you saying? You're gonna give them all their money back?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it's a tough conversation because, and I mean, thank goodness I never had any student loan debt, but I know a lot of people that do, but then I also know a lot of people that paid their debt off, you know,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, what do you do to those people like you that are educated? They give back to the community. They do this and do that. Do they get their money back? Because they should be just as entitled to that for which they had to pay as somebody else that's getting theirs paid off. I don't know. It's a tough conversation. It's a whole tough deal because you're talking about a lot of money, but it's plenty of places that you can go to college for free. I mean, countries and stuff that do that. They
But
call it
I look at
socialistic.
Michelle and Barack. They didn't pay off their student loans until the second term.
Right,
They were still in debt.
right,
You know.
right. And so, but the thing about it is, they were paying all those years. Though they were paying, they couldn't pay it off, but they were paying. You see what I'm saying? But everybody's not Michelle and Barack. I guess they can't pay it, um, but it's a tricky little thing. And then some people can pay it, they just choose not to, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
saying they could pay it, they could write a check for their balance. I'm saying they could pay the $100 a month, but they just choose not to. So I
The other
mean,
day, what do you call it? I had a lady in my when I was working on my undergrad, and she was in her 70s, and she told us that she audited the class so she wouldn't have to pay. So I mean, I think there's avenues that we need to uh educate people on how to get it so at least you don't have to pay it. There's until something happens. But I did put myself on an income driven program, and I believe this year is my 10-year mark. So I may have met the criteria to get my loans forgiven. And then I also think that they're looking at how old the loans are, where are they at, those things and stuff like that. So but we need to encourage people and let them know that there are other avenues that can help them out instead of these loans going in default. I'm very grateful. My loans have never been in default. I've been, a nerd head or whatever you want to call it, and always stayed in school. So they always stayed deferred up until the last, I guess you can say 10 years. And so, like I said, I've always had them on a plan. I took them off of the private sectors and put them on with the Department of Ed and consolidated all my loans together. So, there's a plethora of information out there that we need to share and let people know about. And like you're saying, not having any student loan debt, and how to get scholarships and things like that, grant money and things like that. There's a ton of money out there. We did for our daughter the same way when she was in college. So, you just need to
right,
share the
right.
information, share the wealth,
Share the
share.
information because we're not discouraging anybody from not going to college. However, you need to do it smart because I mean, sometimes you if you're better off paying it out your pocket, and because it's cheaper than going in debt for 25 years hoping that they're gonna pay it off, right?
Right.
Um, and unless they make free, because I heard somebody was gonna do free community college, but that would be great because then that way you only have 2 years worth of debt.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
I think that's important. We need to get back to the basics of how we were in the 60s and the 70s, where, students were going out or adults were going out getting certifications and trades and stuff like that. I mean, you can have people with 4-year degrees, but nobody needs anybody that can talk to them about history and humanities and the arts. They need to be able to get up and running and be able to do the work. And so there's other avenues of getting educated. I tell people all the time about Coursera. Coursera is a great platform to go get, you know, education, go get certificates and things like that. And I'm about to take a class myself on project management and being a Scrum master. So get out there and look. There's plenty of avenues. There's a lot of, Sonia, you're always finding free programs with
it's
certificates.
out there if you know what you want to do or have an idea. I'm sure you can find we can find something, or somebody can find something for you a free avenue or a very cheap avenue to get that done. But yeah, we could talk about that on melanated money, but let's just get into this melanated mix. It's a lot going on, but my topic, my hot topic for today, my melanated topic was Lala Anthony got her a new boo.
What Carmelo say, girl? What Carmelo say?
Girl, he can't say nothing, cause what he gonna say? He got babies all running around the kingdom. All these new all these he got twins, girl. He got twins.
Outside of Lala?
Yeah, got twins.
Oh, Lala.
Yeah, by Lee Daniels' niece, girl. I think it was Lee Daniels' niece, yeah. Had them in the UK. And then he got the other baby in North Carolina, little girl, and so she got her a new boo, and I can't think of the dude's name, but he's the guy that's on BMF, Big Meech, that show. Not the brother, Terry, the brother, whoever he is in real life. Girl, he 26 years old. Lala got her groove back.
I cannot. Oh,
good for her.
I'm excited.
Good for her. I mean, shout out to Black women,
Right. We bounce back, don't we? We bounce back.
We bounce back. I think, and it ain't like she broke or nothing.
Right.
So she did the damn thing,
Right.
Go out and get you another. Got her a little tenderoni.
Ah!
Yes. Got her a tenderoni. So.
Oh, snap. Okay, I came back at the right time. You said Lala got her little young thing, little PYT.
Got her a tenderoni. 26,
got a little something.
26.
How old is Lala?
Well, she 40 something. She in her 40s.
I think
Erykah Badu got her one too. Got a 2-year-old. He might be 3. He might be 3 now.
Whatever works for you as a woman to embody yourself and be happy with yourself, do it. That's all just do it.
It makes sense to me for an older woman to be with a younger man.
Yeah, it does. It does.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Physiologically.
Right.
Because we're in our prime and they're in their prime. Is that kind of what you
it levels it, I guess. I guess that's
right.
What it is. Right.
And brothers our age, they're on the decline.
Look about it, confess.
Right. No diss.
Ain't no shade.
Hold on. Wait a minute. And speaking of on a decline, and they gotta take the blue pill. Let's hit up Kevin Samuels.
Oh, bless his heart. Well, good.
Since we
talking about the women that died on one, ain't that something? God, dog.
So, I don't know what to say about it. Everything about it is just kind of odd to me. It was a sudden death, first of all. I mean, we see the man's videos, him talking shit, people talking shit about him, and then you find out he's gone. It's like, what happened? So then you start hearing stories about, him doing powder and taking blue pills and Red Bull. Well, that combination will explode your heart.
That's
I think he was with a gray girl too, unfortunately.
I thought she was Hispanic or something.
She want us.
She was brown. I don't know.
She's a brown woman.
She was trying to save him though, for real. She was like, "The fuck is going on? I need an AED." Da 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 da. She was going off. So hats off to you, Chica, wherever you at. I'm sorry you a little distraught right now.
She needs therapy, probably.
Yeah.
But you know what? And no matter what you thought about the man, because to me his philosophy was just all the way flawed. However, no matter what I thought about what he said out his mouth, you don't wish death on no one.
No. And you know what? Shout out to the Brown and Brown brothers and sisters that's foul like that. I really didn't see anything wrong with what the man said. That's his opinion. That's how he felt. If you felt some kind of way or got a little salty together, get your fat lazy ass together, because that's basically
he's a little foul. He said some bad shit. You need to watch some more videos because he said some foul shit.
He did, and he was degrading
any woman that's agreeing with that shit is, they got,
I just don't get into it like that. You know what I'm saying?
It was just foul shit though. He was saying foul. It was nasty, and the way he say it was just nasty.
Like, did somebody break his heart or something? Like, where does bitterness come from?
I'm sure.
He been divorced twice. He got a daughter that's estranged. He was a deadbeat dad. Didn't have help his daughter go to college or nothing. Pay for anything. Old child support. A whole lot of stuff came out from his wife, and it was his ex-wife because he didn't have a wife now. And so it's like, it's hard to even see how did he get in that position that he was, and so many people listening to his advice when his situation was as it was. Does that make sense?
I feel the same way about Iyanla Vanzant though too.
But she tells her story. She tells her story. She admits what she's done, and she tells you what she's done and what she's
and she stands in her truth.
Right. She stands in her truth. But you know what she did because she told you. And you know her background because she told you. Him, you would think that he was
perfect,
a doctorate of psychology with a PhD and an MD, and a life coach and trainer and all the above. When he, he just like you would die as far as just talking our opinion, but being nasty about it. You know what I'm saying?
And see, we're strongly opinionated women anyway, right? I think that's why what he was saying, it didn't bother me.
Yeah. And I think it didn't to me either. I mean, and
I'm gonna send y'all some videos, and if it don't bother you, because he said some stuff about when your children tell you that they've been molested by the boyfriend, don't believe them. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying. You may have heard one little excerpt or two little things that he said, but you got the entirety of listening to the bullshit that he be saying. He's like, if your children come and tell you that their boyfriend was touching them or molesting them, don't believe them. Because
what came before that?
Because kids lie. No, this is how he talks in general. I mean, this is like his conversations. Like, this is what he's talking about today. You know what I'm saying? Because kids lie.
Well, that's terrible because, James and I took sexual harassment and assault. We're certified in that. There's only 1% that lie.
Is that right?
Only 1%. Only 1%. And my next question
gave him that statistic on that show.
My next question was going to be, how was his relationship with his mother? Because when you're that type of bitter, it goes farther back than just a girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, any of the ships, friendship, relationship, BFF. That goes way back. You got a sister or brother that has abused you or bullied you, or somebody's bullied you from back in the day, or you weren't close with your mother, or something, siblings or something like that. Because the first thing I thought of until he died on this chick, I was thinking that maybe he had RAD, which is called reactive attachment disorder. They're pretty big people too, and if you look that up, they're not really into people touching them. They're not touchy-feely, huggy, that type of thing. And so that was the first thing that I thought of. And they can be sexually active, but there's a little pushback with that as well. It's like, okay, I did what I had to do to get off me, or I'm gonna get off you. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first thing that I thought of from an educational perspective, but also from a psychological perspective. I was like, that went way back for him to say that wasn't just a bitter yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you listen to more of his comments, and I think maybe, just maybe, we'll never know now, but he did that for the attention and to have the audience he had and to get the people to talk about him and to do what he was doing. So it may have been that ploy as well to why he was
staying relevant. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I don't know, but I hope he's in the place that he is supposed to be, and I hope he's
probably in purgatory, just holding on just 1 minute.
I hope he rests in easy.
I hope so too. I just really feel bad for the people that, I think we don't think, right? So if you're saying that this dude is terrible and you glad that he's dead for what he said, so you don't feel like the same energy could come back on you? That was the first thing that I thought about when I'm hearing all these people, oh, I'm glad he died. And like it was a whole damn celebration on Twitter and IG. And I was like, what the fuck, man? People are like really, really like crazy.
Maybe
Like
they're
that's not
saying like they're saying they're glad he's dead, but I think they're glad that the narrative is dead.
I don't know. People so mean. I think they actually was glad that he was
Yeah,
dead.
didn't say that. Say I'm glad that the
Right.
narrative is dead. Don't
Right,
say
right.
I'm
But
glad
I
he's
mean,
dead. He deserved to die.
that
He
was
should.
crazy. That was
Yeah,
crazy, man. I was
but
like, who says
that
that?
was that was awful, awful.
Yeah, because he got a mama and kids, and he got loved ones and stuff.
Right.
That's,
And for the mama not to find out until she saw it on social media,
And that's
we really need to.
disgusting.
That,
That's
that, that was
disgusting.
horrible to me, man. We really need to take a look at that. When we find out classmates, loved ones have passed, you try to wait until the family comes back and say, okay, they posted something before you get up and post something. You know what I mean?
girl, most people want to be the first one to the finish line. I always got to be the first one announcing some news and shit like that. Like so many times I done seen, oh, rest in peace, so and so. Then 2 minutes later, I ain't dead. I'm right here. All right, that's my sister. She ain't dead. She just in the hospital. I hate that shit. I hate that.
That's
And
crazy.
you know something else I don't like? Why you always gotta ask somebody, well, what happened to him?
Yeah.
I do
that.
What? I do that. I do that.
Girl, what she
Look,
said.
this is the conversation right there. Okay, this is the truth. I was giving y'all our background. Okay. Ring ring. Guess who died? Who?
Oh, damn.
Oh my God.
What
happened to him? Look, I don't know. Let me find out. That's
right.
That's how
Don't forget, everybody scrolling through the Facebook picture. Girl, you can look back in February. She looks thin as a bitch.
And here go the third conversation. Whether it's text, phone, I'm not contributing to no GoFundMe.
Burn that
Well, I keep that
leaves.
statement on repeat.
I do too. What time they burning leaves? Because that's what's going down. Okay? I'm not doing that.
Yes, well, I feel bad, and I hope rest easy, brother, because no matter what, he still was a brother of ours. He was connected through, he was related to us somehow, some way, and rest easy. And on that note, we have another sister. She's not dead, but hell, she in a Russian prison. So, what's going on with that? What is going on with Miss Brittany Griner? Or Mr. Brittany Griner? I don't know. What's her pronoun? I don't know.
They, he, she, I don't know. But
what's going on with that? What is
still human, so we're gonna show love to the humans. I just don't know. I just think, Putin's holding her as a pawn. My whole thing is she's been going back and forth. She's been playing in Russia the whole time on the off season since she's been in in the in the WNBA. So this can't be the first time she's come through with some resin or whatever, the pens or whatever she had for marijuana, and running up and down a full court press, getting knocked down and beat up in the paint. I'm quite sure her bones and her muscles ache like a motherfucker. And, weed was probably the only thing that helped her out with it. So I just think it's just a ploy to hold her. She's not the only one that's over there. She's the only person of color right now. They let the other guy go. There's one other gentleman that's over there that was a writer or journalist or something like that. And so, we wish him well too. But as far as this melanated sister, that's left her family and friends and everything behind, I hate to be funny, but I want to know, is he going to let her out for the season to play? Because Putin real serious about the games and sports and want to be third.
She's not going to play no more in Russia. She's not going to play in Russia. No.
Let's hope not.
No, she's never going to go back there.
Let's hope not. But I just hope they let her out. I don't. I'm hoping that we always say we don't negotiate, but we see that they did negotiate because there was a swap on the tarmac. So let's hope that they'll be that kind again. Do another swap on the tarmac or wherever, and let this young lady go and come back and be with her family. They did release some footage and stuff talking about her attorney said that she was doing well, that the others that are, in the facility with her are showing her and helping her understand how to maneuver the process, how to maneuver around, in the facility. So, we need to be gracious for that and that she's still alive.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't even never like the concept of, thinking about going to jail or prison or whatever here in the States, but let alone in a foreign country.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't imagine.
I have no idea how this shit works, but, from what
Right.
I see on the movies and documentaries, it doesn't look good.
Oh, I mean, I can totally attest. I got my own story. I did some real hard time, people. And them 24 hours was the hardest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just keeping it real. So anybody did over 24? Anybody did over 24? Shout out to you peoples, because I'm telling you right now, that wasn't nothing nice at all.
Monica, you was in the holding cell the whole time.
Exactly. She didn't even go prophylaxis.
I did my time, y'all. Hard time.
Oh, speaking of prison, what about this bitch Vicky White and this
Dead.
6'9" murderer?
Dead.
What is going on with that?
I don't know. I just don't understand going to work and getting hit from the back by an inmate that's raw dogging every other dude in the facility. I don't get that. I really don't.
Was that her deal? She was sexually active with more than just him?
I don't know, but I'm quite sure he was. But I'm just saying they were in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
He won't, yo. He probably won't. He probably was just messing with her. Because, everybody in prison ain't messing with boys. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you have a woman at your disposal.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think in there you trisexual. You just try whatever you get. You know what I'm saying?
But I honestly don't think everybody. I mean, I know everybody's not like that. Now I know some go and they call them they prison homosexuals, but it's some people that don't. I mean, that's just not what they do. But yeah, he wouldn't have needed to, because you think about it, it ain't like he was 15 and 16 or 18.
He's a
He
big
could wait till
dude.
she came on shift,
He was
4
a
days
big
a
dude.
week, 12 hours. He could wait. He was good with that. He didn't have to. But either way, though, what was in your life that you had to mess with a dude in prison with no?
He had game, yo. He must have had that sweet Peter talk game. You know what I mean? Like, she done told him everything. He picked her for information, first of all, to see if she would be a viable source for him to make his exit stage left. You know what I mean? So he identified with her vulnerabilities and stuff, where she's vulnerable. And clearly she's like looking for love, seeking love. And what did she have a boyfriend? Was she married? Was she in a relationship outside of the prison, or
He was a little homie, yo. So I'm thinking he was 50-some years old. I'm thinking she looked like a loner type chick, but who knows? Because she was from Bumblefuck, Alabama, Mississippi, somewhere. So yeah, so I'm thinking, but what? I just can't. What is his game? Yo. I got some.
I don't know. I mean,
I got some.
having conversations.
Paid her some attention.
Transferring back from the yard to the yard, talk some sweet nothings in her ear, probably had a decent conversation. And like you saying, she, was lonely, whatever. She reminded me of the chick. I don't know. I'm a big cartoon fan, but she reminded me of the chick off of this cartoon called Brickleberry that talked about people that worked in the park. And she looks just like the chick off Brickleberry. You have to go look it up.
I just,
That was a sad chick,
it's
yo.
hard. It's hard for me, yo. It's just, I know it happens all the time because I know personal people. Matter of fact, I know two people that that worked. One worked at a state prison in Virginia, and one worked at the sheriff's office, but at the jail in Virginia, a jail in Virginia, and both of them basically left their families to be with dudes in prison. And that now these people had a chance to get out, which
Wow.
eventually, but they both left their families. She both got fired from their jobs because they was messing with the dudes in prison. And I know it's for a fact, but I just can't. I never asked them, "What the fuck was you thinking?" or what was they saying? Because I want to know. Because they need to write books about this
They
because
do. They do. They really do. I mean,
instead
I
of
have.
listening to Kevin Samuels, they need to listen to these guys in prison because they got game. They can make a lose their job, quit their job to be with them, and they locked up with no money and
Well, I
no
never
punishment.
understood the cell block G shit anyway. I mean, I like a little thug in my man, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just look at it. It's one thing to not be employed in the system, right? And then you getting these phone calls, and it was your nigga before whatever happened to Pookie, right? But I'm just looking at
Mm.
you on your way to work, right? You know how many penises you pass before you get to cell block G? How in the hell did you get all the way here before you decided on this piece of dick right here? I don't understand that. I really,
It's
I
the
mean, maybe I'm getting old. I don't know, but I've never understood the cell block G mentality. You
it's
know
the
what I'm
same
saying?
way I've heard women say that they have a work husband, or how a man says he has a work wife. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah,
actually
same thing I
tell their
do.
mates this stuff.
Yeah,
Because
same.
really, she would have been spending more time with the Joker in jail than she would if she had a dude on
On
the
the
outside.
outside, yeah, yeah. Not
I
trying to
never
be
thought
funny,
about it like
especially
that,
she did a
Carrie. I
bunch of
never thought about
overtime.
that. But that's true. That's that's
But it
that's
is
true.
true.
So he had plenty of
Mhm.
time to work his game and work his magic with her. I mean, because that's 12-hour shifts at the jail. So that's
Yeah.
12 hours a day, 3 or 4 days a week, and you interacting, and the more you interact, and the more
But
becoming
you're
acquainted.
interacting with people that get paid the same day you do versus the nigga that don't. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. You
You said
work
what?
beside people that get paid the same day you do. But you
But
going over here to this brother that's getting $2.49 a day.
she
Well,
wasn't
that
in it for the money. She
could
had
have
Oh,
been.
money. She wasn't in it for
Yeah,
the
she
money.
had money.
okay. Shout
But
out to Alabama. Okay.
Yes, shout out to Bumblefuck Alabama, because
What you
and
said.
and Virginia, because they do it all over. I'm not gonna say
Mississippi, all that bullshit.
they do that all over. They
That
do it at
whole
the
what they
city
call the
jail.
SWAC, the Southwestern Conference, all that shit.
They do all of that. They do
They
all
do.
of that.
They do.
They do all of
Fucking
that.
rams and sheep and all that bullshit. They do all that shit.
They
right,
do.
right.
Look, I'm
But
acting
but
like
the
Kevin
story was
Samuels now.
amazing to me because um, it was just amazing to me that she is actually on the run. Created a plan with this nigga. I'm sorry, this clear person, this European, a 6'9" motherfucker. So he gonna stand out anyway, no matter where he at.
Yeah.
He
And
created
she
a
got
What
mad
whole
did,
at
what
him
did you
though.
them at the car wash? They
Yeah, she said she got mad at him before she blowed her brains out and said it was his fault because
had the owner of the
parked at the car wash and there was a damn camera at the top, right at the car wash,
mhm.
in the entrance of the freaking car wash. That saw him, the license plate, the truck, the whole nine. And she was pissed off before she blew her brains out. Then he called to say, "My wife shot herself." I'm like, "What?" Did she even said that was his wife? So makes me wonder: did they get
Well, they
married?
did
What
have
went
the
on?
same last name, right? They had the same
They
last
did, but
name.
they were of no relation. But at least she wouldn't have to change her name.
She's
That's just some
stupid.
fucked up shit. I just I mean
It's
you
clear
know
shit. It's clear
But
shit.
real
It's a
talk,
clear.
that story made me think about stupid shit I did, over a nigga back in the day. And it's
Oh
like
yeah.
it was an episode of Divorce Court. that was playing on the TV, right? And the woman was talking about how it's her car, but this nigga drove her car every day, would take her to work, drop her off, come back, pick her up. Sometimes he won't even on time. And I swear that was me in my 20s. That was me. And one night I was so pissed. I get off at 5. This joker did not come pick me up till like 9:30, yo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
What's
it
his
was
name?
cool.
Jody. And did he sell dresses? Was it his name Jody? Did he sell dresses?
Let me check the script. Hold on. Let me look at the script.
Oh my God.
Oh. So I know I'm not the only one. Of course, a divorce court talking about it. So I know I wasn't the only one then. Definitely, it's plenty of women that's doing that same dumb shit now.
Is
Yeah. Y'all got to get off of that shit. Like, it's really all about knowing your value and your worth. That's kind of like why people continue to let people walk over them and do whatever to them because they feel like they're not worthy of shit. The woman in jail with the jail dude, she just didn't feel worthy. Like self-worth is everything. We need to be teaching our children early on, especially female.
So what did our listener, a humble lion, say? The man in prison is better than the man on the outside.
Why? Because you know where his ass is.
I need some elaboration on that shit for real.
Yeah. Damn. That he won't shit. He won't shit. Look on the outside. The man on the outside won't shit.
Nothing good about a man in jail with the free health care. Shit, I ain't got to add him on to my plan. Shit. I don't know what else to say about that, Sister Carrie. For real.
Well, I mean, I dated a nigga that was locked up. You know, we were dating, then he got locked up or whatever. And probably for about, 2 weeks or so, I was accepting calls and, that type of thing. But that shit won't for me.
No.
That shit was not for
me. That's different. But that's different than what Vicky, her name Vicky, she did. Yeah. Because at least you knew this nigga on the outside, right?
Right.
So that's a difference. She ain't know him.
You know what I'm saying? We got classmates that done been with people and they were with them the whole way through school, and then all of a sudden something happened, they got locked up. They stayed there with them, stood by their man. I'm down with that.
I ain't knocking that.
I ain't knocking it at all. And I know somebody that's living a prosperous relationship right now and waiting for her man. You know what I'm saying?
Hell is a prosperous relationship.
I'm just saying. I mean, it survived. Is what I'm saying about the prosperity of it. It survived. Raised their kids, did what they had to do, got together. The man is an entrepreneur, doing well now. Took whatever skills, classes he could take.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To acclimate back into society. So that's a prosperous relationship to me. Got married, did what they had to do.
That's all right.
But the nigga that's just random calling on the phone, and then you start in this whole accepting the phone call. You know what I'm saying? And you right, Humble. A father-daughter relationship is very important. It's so important. Some male figure to show that woman, that young lady, her worth. You are so right. Shout out to my dad, our dads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, because like I knew my parents, they may have argued or whatever, but as a child, I don't ever remember hearing them fight. I don't ever remember like hearing my dad call her a bitch or anything disrespectful like that. Yeah. So I had the opportunity to see how a man and a woman come together, build the family, how it's done in the Black family. So yeah, I'm thankful for that. Like you, Monica.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Where's Cody?
Let me. people are just, my heart's so heavy. Like when I dreamt about that little boy and, Monica interpreted that dream and stuff, like it broke me down, y'all. It broke me down because in my dream I saw him. He was just so bright. He was like a light, and he was just happy and at peace. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, he came to me in the dream. He was in a peaceful state. Maybe I need to just calm the fuck down. Situation with this baby, because 100 days is obvious what has happened. They are just not saying it. I don't need for them to say it. I don't need for them to say it, but I don't want to vocalize it out of my mouth either. But to me, I just feel like the community needs to hear something. The people need to hear something, because it's just a very painful, hurtful situation. And people gonna jump on me for saying this, but I feel for the man's family.
Yeah.
I have compassion for that man's
Yeah.
family. They are not the ones on trial, and we
Right.
can question them. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? We don't really know what the family dynamic was. Everyone's speculating. But these are people with feelings who have a loved one that is missing and another loved one that is incarcerated. So put yourself in the family shoes just for a second.
Yeah. And for those that don't know what we're talking about when we're talking about little young Cody, there was a, how old was he, guys?
4.
4 year old young black male that came up missing early January in Hampton, Virginia. The father is considered a alleged person of interest. Made, I would say, a couple of mistakes telling the truth about what he did to take care of his kids, and had to leave him home one day. So they did not arrest him for the young boy being missing, but they did get him on neglect charges. So, once you capture somebody or whatever, they have something ugly to say. So we don't know the story. I still feel like, Carrie, that I'm hopeful. I remember those young ladies that were found in Ohio. Remember that? That were in a house for 10, 12 years. Nobody knew they were there.
I just saw that documentary,
That
Monica.
finally came
Mhm.
out. I think about Emily Smart, the years that she came out, after being abducted. So, I'm hoping that there's hope. There was also another young lady in Atlanta or something where and melanated. The young lady stole the baby from the hospital, raised the baby as her own, and the young lady said that the mom was good to her. She did not want her to go to jail. So I'm hoping that there's hope. I'm gonna hate it. It's a love hate. This kid comes back in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? And has survived due to Stockholm syndrome, telling them no, he couldn't go nowhere, no, nobody wanted him, this, that, and the other. And you need to look that up as well, because it's another form of abuse. And
That is a
you can,
possibility too. But what
yeah,
what resonates with me is like, during one of those press conferences, the police chief alluded to the fact that as soon as they arrived at the scene, it was clear what happened. So, like, I mean, what else could that mean?
I don't know, but I do think, like you said, after 100 days, it's time to say something. It really is. If it's clear and evident that he was abducted, say it's clear and evident that he was abducted. If it was clear and evident that he's been murdered, say that it's clear and evident that he's been murdered. But don't just leave us out there hanging. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know what the heck is going on, because, like you say, it's not right, man. You got people with their hearts. People aren't just being nosy. They are really some of us that are genuine about, finding this little melanated boy and bringing him back home to the community and his family.
Yes.
I want to give a shout out to the mother, those of us that are mothers. those of us that have not physically had a child but have a mothering heart, a mothering soul, I can't imagine what she's going through right now. I really can't.
And I think she lost a child before. So she's like, here I go again.
Yeah.
No.
Shout out to the 757 community that got out, looked for him, still looking for him, still keeping his name alive. Cody Bigsby, y'all, 4-year-old young melanated boy who's been missing for over 100 days. Just keep his name alive. Keep him lifted up to the ancestors in prayer, whoever pray or reach out to, just hoping that he'll come home and he'll come home safe. And if not, then we'll get closure.
Thank you for that diplomacy there, Monica, because normally, people are just saying Jesus' name and it might be a room full of Muslims. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I like that about you. I really like that about you. You consider all.
Oh, well, you keep reading into religion, you'll be damn near atheist. We talked about that yesterday, right? A fool is what a fool does, I guess.
Buddy, you're on mute. You talking, girl, but you're on mute.
Man, I wasn't talking. I was just being a ventriloquist. It won't working.
Oh, hold up. Can I shout out Jarrell? I sent him the link. He was trying to join
He
us.
He was in. Yeah, he's been in. Yep.
I see him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think
Jarrell put some information out there. He said the family is suing the police chief. Wow.
Oh, really?
That's interesting.
That's some good information.
Now that's interesting.
Maybe that's why the family ain't been saying nothing.
We need to keep at least a monthly update on that until he's found. Because that's personal to us, because we are originally from 757, and we still have a heart in the 757, and even one of us is in the 757. So
right.
That's an important issue with us, and always when it's a child involved, or anybody missing, we should always show respect with that. So, but yeah, I think it's a wrap, ladies. I think next week we missed some topics, but we definitely hit that first on our next melanated mix, our next chat session, and but next week we'll be doing money. Must be the money, melanated money, whatever kind of money. Talking about your money. Me and Monica hit on that a little bit with the student loans today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
be floating on cloud 9 tonight.
I know that's right. And I know
we don't never ask people to share and follow, but if you can follow us on YouTube and share it with a friend, and next week at 8, we promise we'll be here by 8:05. Join us. If you have something to input on a topic about money or finances or investing, hit us up on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, and we'll make sure we get you on. But yeah, next week we'll be talking about money and finances, melanated money, because we really don't care about European money. I mean, just we want to spend it, but what we need to do for each other in our community. So I love y'all. So
yeah, I love you too. Sweet. And I love this. I do. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you for listening, guys. Peace out.
Peace.
Yeah.